Hello everyone, this is Sean 77986. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday evening. So, this news that I found out that pretty got my attention, as I always do. So, you know how the Giants situation is. There's no need to sugarcoat it on this one, everyone. The Giants have been through a goddamn free fall right now this season. They're currently 2-8. They blew another four. They had a fourth quarter collapse against the Chicago Bears, and they just fired their head coach Brian Daboll, and Mike Kafka is going to be the offensive coordinator for the Giants. It's going to be the interim head coach for the remainder of the season. Not to mention the team was dealing with a slew of injuries, with their rookie running back Cam Scatterboo out for the season with a terrible injury, and Jackson Dart, their rookie quarterback out of Ole Miss that they drafted, is in concussion protocol. And not to mention that Russell Wilson has passed his prime. He's seen his better days. So now, to throw anything that fucking sticks to try to salvage whatever left of the season and just play for pride, the Giants are going to start Jameis Winston against the Green Bay Packers this Sunday. This from ESPN. Giants to start Jameis Winston at QB against the Packers. The New York Giants will start quarterback Jameis Winston against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Interim head coach Mike Kafka announced Wednesday, which is today. Starter Jackson Dart is in the concussion protocol as the Giants return to practice Wednesday afternoon and is set to miss week 11. The team plans to be cautious with the rookie quarterback, multiple sources told ESPN. Dart was not on the field during Wednesday's practice. Winston jumped fellow veteran Russell Wilson on the depth chart as the first major move under Kafka, who took over when Brian Daboll was fired on Monday. Kafka has worked closely with the quarterbacks this season as an assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. He'll do a great job. I have a lot of confidence in Jameis, Kafka said, adding that it was his sole decision to turn to Winston as the starter. Winston, who is 31 years old, will be playing in his first game since Week 15 of last season for the Cleveland Browns. He signed a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Giants in the offseason, but has spent the 2025 campaign as the third stringer behind Week 1 starter Wilson and Dart, who took over in Week 4. New York has had Winston as an emergency quarterback for each of its 10 games this season. That will change Sunday. I've been waiting on this momentum, man, Winston said. So the shock was off, the rust was off. It's like, hey, you get to play. And when you get to play, nothing else matters but taking it one play at a time and doing your very best. Because we all have different circumstances, conditions, and facts. And I know that. But man, I'm extremely grateful. I chose to focus on what's true, and that's my mentality. That's my opportunity, being able to lead this team. And that's my accent. So going out there, being energetic, enthusiastic, serving every single way that I can, and play the best football I possibly can play. The Giants intended for Winston to be their backup behind Dart next season. Winston signed a 1-year, $10.5 million contract that expires at the end of the season. Wilson wants to continue playing. I want to see it through. I haven't asked for my release or anything like that, he said. I want to be there, but for me, I just want to get better every day. I still want to keep playing football. I love it, obviously, and I feel like I still got it. Also Wednesday, Kafka announced that tight end coach Tim Kelly would take over his role as offensive coordinator. Kafka said he will continue to call the offensive plays, however. Dart was injured in the second half of Sunday's 24-20 loss to the Chicago Bears, marking the fourth time this season, including the playoffs, that he was examined for a concussion. He took a hard blow on the fumble in the third quarter, getting hit from the side by a defensive lineman tracking back to make the play. Dart's head hit the ground, and he got up slowly, remaining on the field for a few seconds on his knees before eventually walking to the sideline. Dart returned to the game the following drive for 2 plays, and then went into the blue medical tent in between quarter. You don't do that, man! You don't do that! When when a person goes down with a concussion, you have to sit him out or take him out of the game and put someone in. You don't take him out and then put him back 2 plays later. That's criminal malpractice right there. Criminal. He walked slowly into the locker room afterwards with a trainer before being ruled out. Wilson, who is 36, began the season as a Giants starter before being replaced by Dart after struggling most of the first 3 weeks. The veteran became the number 2 quarterback behind Dart and appeared in 3 more games, twice when the rookie was being examined for a concussion, and then Sunday in the 4th quarter. In those 3 games off the bench, Wilson completed 4 of 9 passes for 53 yards with 0 touchdowns and 3 sacks. He led the Giants, who are 2-8, mind you, to a field goal on his first drive on Sunday, but failed to get them down the field when trailing in the final 2 minutes in Chicago. Winston was named a starter without any competition when he signed with the team in March. Winston was already on the roster. Dart was added to the mix the following month when the Giants traded into the bottom half of the first round for the former Ole Miss star. Still, Wilson took almost all the first-team reps this spring and summer. Dart became the second-string quarterback early in training camp, and Winston worked primarily with the third team. Russ understands the direction we're going moving forward, Kafka said. Russ is a true pro, and I know he's been through a couple of tough things. Listen, the way he responds is unbelievable, and I have a ton of respect for Russ. He's going to be the backup this week. He's one play away, just like he was last week. And so we need him, and he's a crucial part of the offense. Winston has been a mentor for Dart and others throughout the season. He stays after practice every day to work with Dart, the young receivers, and the offensive linemen. He is also constantly in the ears of others after difficult moments, including Wilson in the locker room Sunday. Jameis has done a great job since he's been here, Kafka said. Just like all our quarterback room, I've got a lot of trust in that room. Being in there all the time, pretty much every single day since we've been here. But I've got a good feeling for those guys, and I think Jameis will do a heck of a job. Earlier this month, Winston told ESPN that he wanted to remain with the Giants as the trade deadline approached, even though he was a third-string quarterback. He said he simply wanted to help the team win, even if he desires to be a starter. When a team gives me the opportunity and believes in me, they give me a job, I want to play for that team and do my best for that team, Winston said. I don't care what the record is. I don't care what the circumstances, situation, or facts is. I always say what I want for myself. I want for everyone. I'm a solutions-oriented guy, so I want to be part of the solution. I don't just want to run away when things get bad. Dart, who is 22, has been extremely complimentary of Wilson and Winston. The Giants have liked the idea of having 2 veterans around the rookie, who has 17 total touchdowns in 7 games as the starting quarterback. Winston is 36-51 as a starter in his career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Cleveland Browns. His first start with the Giants will be Sunday at MetLife Stadium against the Green Bay Packers defense that is ranked 5th in the NFL, allowing 287.2 yards per play. So, yeah, I mean, this might be pretty cool to see how this plays out. And honestly, look, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, okay? Jameis Winston is not really a bad guy. He's really cool. He's a really cool dude. And trust me, he's not really a bad. Everyone wants to shit on him. Well, he's not really a bad quarterback, man. I mean, sure he has his struggles here and there, and he's been throwing interceptions on drive. But you can't take away the fact that this guy is a humble son of a bitch, and I said that with the utmost level of respect because that's how I roll. Listen to all his career stats though. He racked up a massive. Throughout his career, his career stats for the team for his NFL career: 24,225 passing yards for 154 touchdowns and 111 interceptions. Of course, he was sacked 219 times. And he has a 8.6 86.4 RGT. And in the rushing department, he racked up 1,297 yards, and 12 touchdowns. So this is actually, so I feel like this might be good for this. It might be a risky move, and I know this is a move that the Giants are doing to try to keep their season alive, but I actually like this. I actually like this. And besides, what the Giants got left to lose? If you're gonna go, listen. In situations like this, and this is coming from me of all people, when you got your backs behind the wall, when the season's not looking well, if you're gonna go down, you might as well go down fighting. In fact, I'm gonna make one hell of a bold prediction right now that y'all might say, okay, you're full of shit, Sean. But hear me out. Hear me out. I predict, and this is a ballsy pick, but I predict that Jameis Winston will rack up 357 passing yards, get 5 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, rush for 97 yards, get 2 rushing touchdowns, and only 1 fumble loss. That's right. That's what and I mean it. 357 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, rush for 97 yards, get 2 touchdowns, and 1 fumble loss. Feel free to think what his stats would be, what Jameis Winston's stats would be in that game against Green Bay. But trust me, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how well he played, man. To be perfectly honest, perfectly honest, man, it's like, we'll see how well this plays out. But I'm actually excited for this. Really, I do. Well, that's all I got to say for right now. Let me know what y'all think. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click notification button to miss an update, share with friends, share with your neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Until next time, this is Sean 0071986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video. Really means a lot. I'll see you next one. Catch you later. Bye-bye! So they're starting Jameis Winston. What the Giants... I can totally get where the Giants are coming from, because after all, at the end of the fucking day, what do they got to lose?